Hey guys, I'm Archie Bradley. Who is Archie Bradley?
See, I'm back on my bullshit. Came a long way from school, bitch. We them niggas been banging and walking with full clips. I can feel with them blue strips. All I hang with the solid can't fuck
This
with
is
no
the bed I'd
shit.
want to be on. I'll tell you that right now.
If a fuck nigga try to his ass make the news quick, hit his ass with these blue tips. But these niggas won't shoot shit, cause these peons ain't stepping.
Who is Archie Bradley? How much time do we have? We're still figuring out who Archie is. I've lived an incredible life. I grew up in Muskogee, Oklahoma. I am an Okie from Muskogee. I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee. The early part of my sports career, just put it honestly, I was different. God had blessed me from the moment I picked up a baseball, I picked up a football, and at an early age, I knew that sports was gonna be a huge part of my life. I was excelling in everything I did, from baseball, football, to soccer, to even tennis at the time. So getting into my high school days, I played quarterback at Muskogee. I was a QB1 for the Muskogee Roughers, and that's where things really started to happen. That sophomore year of high school, from both a baseball and football perspective, I started receiving scholarship offers from everywhere in the country.
Archie Bradley from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma is 6'3" with outstanding pocket presence. He's committed to Oklahoma, but is currently touted as one of the top Major League Baseball prospects this year.
Is that I am serious. I mean, I committed to Oklahoma to play football and baseball, football first. And, you know, if I go there and they aren't let me play baseball, then, you know, that's part of it. But I committed to the University of Oklahoma to play football. And coming out here and competing with the best in the country, I think really shows them that I'm serious. This thing was to prove that I'm legit at football. I'm serious about playing at the next level. And, you know, I think getting third is just it's an honor, man. I really am grateful.
The greatest commitment of all time. I was lucky enough and talented enough to receive a scholarship offer from the University of Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner, baby, where they offered me a dual scholarship. I was going to go to the University of Oklahoma to play quarterback and then pitch. But we had some other plans. I told you I was also a highly touted baseball player. I never made it to campus. I never made it to Oklahoma, and the reason why is because I was drafted in the first round of the Major League Baseball draft. I was picked 7th overall by the Arizona Diamondbacks out of high school.
Archie Bradley, right-handed pitcher from Broken Arrow Senior High School, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
How close to tears were you, really?
Oh, I was pretty close because, you know, you see Dylan go, so then you're like, all right, when's my name going to be called? And then, you know, the moment finally happens, you hear your name, and you can't even describe the emotions that you're overcome by.
I knew I had a chance to be drafted. I told everyone my dream was to play professional baseball, but I never knew it was real until that moment. Listening to Mr. Manfred say my name, read that card with the 7th selection, the Arizona Diamondbacks select Archie Bradley. Once I got drafted, there was one thing on my mind: get to the big leagues. There's one thing to be drafted, be given some money, but then the work starts. Then it became the only thing that I cared about and set my passion towards in my mind was to become a Major League Baseball player. And freaking, I did it, guys. I did it. I pitched in the big leagues. I say that laughingly or because I can't believe it. I got to do something that less than 1% of the population gets to do. So I did something that one could only dream of. My debut, the most incredible moment, I had 60 people there, my friends, my family, and I beat Clayton Kershaw on the Dodgers in my debut. That's how I started my career. Beat Clayton Kershaw, I got to hit my first pitch in the big leagues. I got picked off 2 pitches later, storybook debut. And then just Archie's career, it unfolds from there. I spent an incredible 10 years here in the Valley with the Diamondbacks, from getting drafted in 2011 as an 18-year-old little boy to then getting traded at 30 years old to the Cincinnati Reds as a grown man. Arizona has my heart. When people ask where I'm from, I say Oklahoma. I was raised in Oklahoma, but I grew up in Arizona and I became a man. The Valley has adopted me and taken me in as one of their own. And I've embraced it wholeheartedly with open arms. The people here in Arizona are why I'm here, are why I continue to live in this community, continue to make a home here. The time with Arizona, to give a little history, I'm 33 years old. The Arizona Diamondbacks are 30 years old. I'm older than the Arizona Diamondbacks. So early on in my career, I realized that I had an opportunity to be a part of something bigger than just playing baseball. I had an opportunity to be a part of growing a fan base, being a part of a community that didn't have a baseball identity yet. And for all the love and passion that I showed this great state of Arizona, they returned it times 100.
We got a beard show. Let's go. Come on, look at this.
People started wearing fake beards to games. I got my own t-shirt. People were wearing my jersey. I was keynote speaker for Boys and Girls Club. I was doing charity events for Phoenix Children's Hospital. I started my own charity. We hosted Archie Palooza, where Larry Fitzgerald showed up, the legend of the Cardinals and maybe the most popular Valley athlete in the world.
No offense to a lot of people, I feel like they throw a lot of events and it's kind of secluded to, you know, the upper ends, the CEOs, the corporate people. And
one of the worst days of my life, getting traded.
You still got 26 days to make a run here. You get hot, you can turn it around quick. Archie Bradley and Goodwin met a couple needs that they had.
I was heartbroken. I got traded to the Reds in 2020 during the COVID season. I just told you, I spent 10 years of my life here in Arizona. In literally a snap of a finger, in an instance, I'm traded.
Excited to come over here when you got the call?
Honestly, not that I wasn't excited, shocked first. You know, I spent 10 years in Arizona. Great start to my career. So thankful for everything in Arizona. But today, when I stepped on the plane, and then especially when I stepped in the locker room today, it was like, all right, I'm a Cincinnati Red now, and let's go do this thing.
And my whole life changed. I sold my house here. I moved to Cincinnati. And then they freaking released me at the end of the year. I became a free agent again. And yeah, and this craziness, not complaining, just give you a little insight, man. I had this great life here in Arizona. I was the man, everything set up. And then literally, snap a finger, completely changed. And then from there, my career was a roller coaster. I got released by the Reds that year. I went on to play for the Phillies for a year, the Angels for a year, and finished my last year in Miami. Briefly, just hitting at some great times, but that's when my injury started. That's where my career started to take a turn down a bad road. I couldn't stay healthy. I couldn't stay on the field. I did have some very freak injuries. I didn't highlight my rookie year getting hit in the face. We have to show that. But I tore my oblique a couple times. I tore an ab muscle, tore a ligament in my finger. I had some shoulder strains. All in all, it's what every player goes through, but I just wasn't able to get back to 100%. But in the time, man, again, the legend of Archie, I played with Mike Trout. I was locker mates with Shohei Ohtani, the greatest baseball player in the world. I played with Bryce Harper in Philly when he won his MVP, his second MVP, MV3, as we call you, Bryce. I played with JT Realmuto, the best catcher in baseball. Played with Andrew McCutchen, MVP winner. Paul Goldschmidt. I was actually the first person to find out that we were trading Goldie here in Arizona. Again, just trying to fill you guys with as much information as to why I'm able to stretch out and cover so many areas. My time with Arizona, skipping back a little bit, but when I was with the Diamondbacks, I got to play in the most famous golf tournament in the world, the Waste Management Open. It's just led to just unbelievable moments. Getting to play in the Waste Management, getting to walk into the famous stadium hole on 16. And again, we'll clip to it. 2018, I think, I walk into hole 16.
Army with some questionable fashion choices today. Please welcome, time to bring in the beard, Mr. Archie Bradley.
There's like 100 people wearing fake beards right next to the tee box. I mean, you can't, in your wildest dreams, man, you can't make this thing up. I'm someone who people look up to here in Arizona, and I say that very carefully, but someone who has a difference to actually make an impact off the field. And that's where I talked about my parents, the way they raised me, blue collar. The platform I was given here in Arizona is incredible. And so I talk about Waste Management being one of them, Boys and Girls Club, but I got to be a part of stuff here in Arizona that you just don't get to do anywhere else. And so Waste Management, again, walk into hole 16, people wearing beards. My dog Crash, which we'll get into where Crash falls in and the start of Crash Landing Outdoors, but my black lab Crash, who's no longer with us, I miss you, buddy. But Crash became a figure and a character in this journey. Crash ran away 2 different times during my career. He ran away in Arizona and he ran away in Anaheim. And so 2 different times, Crash and I made the local news, and I watched the community show up and go search for my dog. I can't, again, the first time in Arizona, It was about midnight when I'd realized Crash was gone. And I'm not exaggerating. By 12:05, there were people out in my neighborhood with flashlights yelling Crash's name.
How we doing? Nice to finally meet you guys. Thank you guys so much.
I thought you recognized us.
Yeah, you guys are fantastic. How are you? He had gotten out my side gate without a collar, and I was just scared to death. I had someone reach out to me with all these pictures of another black dog. So I drove like 8 miles across town, showed up, and it wasn't him. Then the panic, I was like, wow, now we're gonna go overnight. What exactly happened, that's what I hope happened. I was like, I hope someone just brought him in, because he's super sweet.
We called him Pup Pup, not knowing his name. Hey, Pup Pup, how are you, huh?
He's just as friendly as could be, but I was afraid he was going to get hit, so picked him up and took him into our backyard. And then the phone calls started. I lost track of how many phone calls. And we didn't know it was Archie's dog right away.
We'd have done that for any dog.
Somebody said it belongs to some guy named Archie or Archie Bradley. Boy, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm glad this worked out. I'm glad you guys were able to get out here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Never been able to thank you enough for helping me out here.
Just glad that we found him.
Just a small little thank you so much. Little way to say thank you for your help.
Archie's Army. Oh, and we're dressed for it.
Oh, okay.
These cookies are for us?
Yes, they are.
There we go. Guys, you got a bow on top of here, bud.
Yeah,
It made the local news in Arizona, and then the same thing happened in Anaheim. Crash got out. He ran to a local barbecue. Didn't know it at the time, but I'm at the field, and it's funny, but it's not. We're sitting there, and boom, breaking news. Archie Bradley's dog, Crash, is missing. If you're in the Anaheim, Newport area, be on the lookout. And so Crash became a legend. Crash became his own name, his own character. He got to come to the ballpark more often than normal dogs. He got to be in the booth and watch me strike out someone during a game. And then the legend of Crash just continues. He became the namesake of my ranch and my hunting business. Crash Landing Outdoors is because of my black lab, Crash. Crash Landing Outdoors is the ultimate hunting destination. It is a fully guided outfitting service where we take people on deer and duck hunts. Started with a dream. Mac, my best friend and co-owner, came to me with this idea after I bought my ranch, 2017. He's like, hey, I'm running people on hunts. What do you think about you and I teaming up together, calling it Crash Landing Outdoors, and running people on these hunts? A dream was born, and Mac and I set out to create something that is unlike anywhere else in the country, and we've done that. I just said it, Crash Landing is the ultimate hunting destination. It really is. We are the premier mallard shooting destination in the country. No one else shoots mallards better than we do.
Come on!
Not only that, our lodge, our staff, and the overarching theme, we're doing it with family and friends. We have created something at Crash Landing Outdoors that is special. It's community driven, it's family driven, and it's not only providing a service to our clients, but we're providing a service to the community that we're now in Ponca City, in Blackwell, in Tonkawa. We have a local presence. We have a responsibility to give back to the community, take care of the community. And again, it sounds crazy, but we have built Crash Landing into something that holds weight and has a chance to do something more than hunting. And so, again, that's what's led me into some of my friendships and encounters. I've been able to hunt with some of the biggest names in country music. Brantley Gilbert, Parker McCollum, Dylan Marlowe, John Langston, Megan Patrick, Chase Rice. I've had MLB players come in, Josh Hader, Matt Kemp, Corey Knievel, Brendan Rodgers, Sam Hilliard. I've hunted with Trent Cole, the Philadelphia Eagles, Jared Allen, Minnesota Vikings. I'm not doing that to name drop. I'm just doing it to let you know what my career in Crash Landing has opened the doors for me to experience some things and do some things that the average person just doesn't get to do. And because of that, I've become friends with these guys. It's opened the doors for other experiences and opportunities. And you're just going to see that's who Archie is. Archie is an adventurer. He is someone who wants to discover and learn. And then now it's led me to sitting here. If you put all that together, the way I was raised, the journey I've been on, I've been in front of a camera my whole life. From literally my amateur career, when I first started throwing low 90s when I was 13 years old, to getting drafted, D1 quarterback, big leaguer, and then the hunting stuff I've been doing. The camera has always been in front of me. Now I get to use this camera, use these experiences, these things I've got to hopefully provide, again, something bigger, something more important than just me getting to do these cool things. There's a bigger picture to all this, and so that's what we're doing now. These Archie's Adventures, these crash landing episodes, these crash leads, this whole journey I'm on is a compilation of my entire life and the doors that have been opened for me and the people who have opened those doors. And so now this is my time to get out in the world, get out in the US, and bring to you these stories, bring to you these adventures that I've been so humbly blessed to be able to tell. The things I've seen and gotten to do, and now it is what I think the ultimate thing to do is to give back. So this whole journey, these adventures, is to give back, to share, and make the most inclusive content that I can.